is the most appropriate material for wiring a household circuit? A. Aluminum. B. Copper. C. Iron. D. Steel. The answer is B. Copper, since copper is the most suitable material for household wiring due to its excellent electrical conductivity, flexibility, and durability. Next question: what is the correct sequence in food preservation process using the freezing method? A. Labeling, packaging, cleaning, and freezing. B. Cleaning, packaging, labeling, and freezing. Letter C. Cleaning, packaging, freezing, and labeling. Letter D. Cleaning, freezing, packaging, and labeling. The answer is C. Cleaning, packaging, freezing, and labeling, since food must be first cleaned to remove dirt and bacteria, then properly packaged to avoid freezer burn, frozen to preserve it, and labeled for identification and date tracking. Next question: in entrepreneurship, which of the following refers to the ability to develop new ideas and turn them into viable businesses? A. Risk taking. B. Innovation. C. Planning. D. Managing. The answer is innovation. Since innovation is the key in entrepreneurship, it is involves creativity and application for ideas to create or improve products, services, and processes. Next, which of the following kitchen tool is best for measuring amounts of ingredients accurately? A. Measuring cup. B. Weighing scale. C. Measuring spoon. D. Mixing bowl. So the answer is letter C. Measuring spoon. Since measuring spoons are specifically designed for small quantities of both dry and liquid ingredients, ensuring precision or recipes and food preparation. Next question. In drafting, what is the primary purpose of using orthographic projection? A. To decorate a drawing. B. To present a 3D look of an object. C. To show the object exact shape and size for multiple views. Or D. To sketch freely with no scale. The answer is letter C, to show object exact shape and size from multiple views. Why? Since orthographic projection is used to present different views from top, front to side of a 3D object on a 2D surface. And it ensures accurate dimensions and is essential for technical drawing and manufacturing.
So the next question is a horizontal guideline used to determine the general height of lowercase letters. So the correct answer there is letter A, which is the baseline. So why it is the correct answer? In typography and drafting, the baseline is a fundamental reference line on which most letters sit. So it helps keep text aligned and consistent. All lowercase letters, except those with descenders like G, P, or Y, rest on this line. So it is essential in technical drawing and calligraphy for maintaining uniformity. So the next question is, letters that are composed of uniform grid elements are classified as. So from the choices, the correct answer is letter B, which is text letters. So why it is the correct answer? So text letters are standardized lettering styles used in technical drawing and architectural plans. So they are characterized by uniform grid strokes, meaning each part of the letter is drawn with the same thickness. So this makes them clear, easy to read, and ideal for formal documents or blueprints. So other options like italic or Gothic letters may have variable stroke widths or decorative features. So next question is the most widely used masonry materials for construction works. So from the choices, the correct answer is letter D, which is the concrete hollow block. So why it is the correct answer. So concrete hollow blocks are one of the most popular masonry materials, so especially in developing countries, due to their low cost, durability, and ease of handling. They are large, lightweight blocks with hollow centers that reduce weight and improve insulation. So they are preferred over solid bricks or rubble stones in many structural applications because they speed up construction and reduce labor costs. So the next is, it is the masonry material manufactured from clay and other materials. So from the choices, the correct answer is letter C, which is the brick. So why it is the correct answer? So bricks are traditional building units made from clay, sometimes mixed with other materials like shale or concrete. So the last question is, what is the tool used to guide the vertical position in laying bricks? So from the choices, the correct answer is letter A, which is the plumb bob. So why it is the correct answer? A plumb bob is a traditional tool used to establish a vertical reference line. So it consists of a pointed metal weight suspended from a spring. When held still, gravity ensures that the string hangs perfectly straight down, showing the true vertical. So this helps masons lay bricks in a perfectly vertical line, which is crucial for structural integrity and aesthetics.
What tools is used to measure liquid ingredients accurately? A. Knife. B. Measuring cup. C. Liquid mixing bowl. And D is peeler. So the answer is B, which is measuring cup, because this is the best measuring liquid in cooking, and also this easy to use and usually uh, accurate enough the most recipes. What is used to smoothen wood? A. Hammer. B. Saw. D. I see sandpaper. And D. Wrench. So the answer is the sandpaper. So why? Because ang sandpaper mao ni atong gigamit pampasmoothen or hamis sa kahoy, in terms nga putlon na to siya. Before human na to putlon ato siyang pasinawon. That's the uses of sandpaper. What tools is used to cut fabric in sewing? A. Needle. B. Scissor. C. Tape measure. And D is thread. So the answer is scissor. Why? Usually, if mag-cut man gud ta og fabric, we use scissor, diba? So that's the use of scissor. That's why the answer is scissor. That's the how to cut a fabric. Which is not a sewing tools? This is not a sewing tools. A. Tape measure. B. Needle. C. Thread. D. Frying pan. The answer is the frying pan. Why? Ang frying pan mao ni siya atong gamiton sa kusina, dili pang tahi. That's why the answer is the frying pan. Which is used to cook rice? A. Blender. B. Refrigerator. C. Rice cooker. D. Knife. So the answer is the rice cooker. So why? From the word cook rice. So usually mo na atong gigamit para magluto og rice. Diba, rice cooker. That's why how when we use to cook rice, or what uses or unsa atong gigamit para pangluto sa kanon. So the answer is the rice cooker.
Water boils to 112 degrees. When water is rolling boil, it means the bubbles are letter A, rolling non-stop, letter B, forming rapidly and cannot be stopped when stirred, letter C, forming slowly and can be stopped when stirred, letter D, spilling out of containers. So there are three levels of boiling. First is the fast boil. So when we say fast boil, it is required for cooking like pastas and potatoes. So next is the simmer. So when we say simmer or the slow boil. So simmer is required in cooking or many other food items. Next is rolling boil. So rolling boil is stirring will not alter the turbulent or vigorous bubbling action. So the answer is letter B. So forming rapidly and cannot be stopped when stirred. Salt is a necessary ingredient in yeast raised breads because salt is letter A, makes the bread taste better. Letter B, controls the raising of bread. Letter C, removes the water in roux. Letter D, retains the moisture in dough. So, salt plays a role in tightening the gluten structure and adding strength to your dough. So, it helps the loaf to hold onto the carbon dioxide gas that is formed during fermentation and supporting good volume. So, the answer is letter B, controls the rising of bread. Onions when peeled or cut irritate the eyes and give biting sensation of the tongue. This is due to the presence of letter A, mustard oil, letter B, sodium nitrate, letter C, sulfoxide, letter D, sulfur compounds. So onions produce the chemical irritant known as synpropanethyl S oxide. So it stimulates the eyes, lacrimal glands, so they release tears. Scientists used to blame the enzymes alanase for the instability of substance in a cut onion. Recent studies from Japan, however, prove that lacrimatory factor synthase, a previously undiscovered enzyme, is the culprit. So the answer is the letter C, sulfoxide, is used to soften dead nail cuticle. Letter A, cuticle remover. Letter B, nail bleaches. Letter C, massage cream. Letter D, nail whiteness. So, softening and loosen the nail cuticle for remover. So, for nails, not for cuticle. So, ang cuticle remover. Next is for retaining the moisture of skin, which is the nail bleaches. This is wrong. Next is for nails, not for cuticle. So, the nail whiteness, which is another wrong. So, the answer is the cuticle remover. Because cuticle remover is used to soften dead nail cuticle. The number of complete cycles performed in 1 second is expressed in this unit known as A, frequency, B, hertz, C, power, D, resistance. So, frequency is the number of cycles per second in an alternating current sine wave. So, said another way, frequency is the rate of which current changes directions per second. It is measured in hertz, an international unit of measure where 1 hertz is equal to 1 cycle per second. So the answer is frequency. Anong dili man hertz? It's because hertz is the total electrical energy consumed. So sayop Japon siya. Dili pod power. Dili pod resistance. So the answer is frequency.
The first question is, what is the main purpose of the food preservation? A, to change the taste. B, to make it more expensive. C, to attend shelf life. Or D, to add color. So, the answer is, yes, letter C, to extend shelf life. So, why is to extend shelf life is the answer? So, ang food preservation mode is Muna siya, ang purpose na is para mag long last ang usa ka food. Sample sa what we call kan kanang what we call like dry na sample like methods like drying, freezing, isa pa canning. So mas kan siya ba mas slow down ang spoilage sa kana nga food. So mas mag long last ang sa food. So mo siyang purpose na is to extend the shelf life. So most example na is kanang kuan. Yeah, sa canning kanang sa kanin like mga beef loaf, di ba? Pwede siya kanang mag pila ka years pa siya una ma expired ang usa ka food. So, yes. So next is number 2. Which tool is used for measuring fabric in dressmaking? Letter A, ruler. Letter B, tape measure. C, scissor. Or D, needle. So the answer is letter B, which is tape measure. So why? Why nganong dili pwede ang roller? Or unsa? Ang scissors. Siyempre di pwede ang scissors. Ang needle. So, ang kaliyan ko sa tape measure sa roller kay ang tape measure is pwede siya bisan asa nga part. For example sa kanang body figure or kanang sa armhole isukod mo sa armhole. So di ba di pwede ang roller sa mga curved nga part. So mana mas best pang para sa mga dressmaker ang tape measure. So number 3 is what is the best time to water plants? So letter A, noon. B, midnight. C, early morning. D, afternoon. So the answer is letter C, early in the morning. So why? Because ng early in the morning ang mas maka-absorb ang plants early in the morning kaysa sa udto because kanang init na is mas mo siya mas ma-evaporate siya sa kanang suyupon gani sa adlaw ang mo tawag evaporation. Kung dili kay ma-absorb sa plants ang water, ang moisture niya. So next is number 4. In carpentry, what is the function of hammer? So letter A, to cut wood. B, to drive nails. C, to measure length. Or D, to paint surfaces. So ang hammer pwede ba siya i-cut sa wood? Dili, di ba? Wala siya dili siya hait. So pwede ba siya isukod ang hammer? Di yapon kay wala siya mga sign, wala siya numbers. Excuse me. Third day, pwede ba siya i-paint? Wala man color, di ba? So ang gamit din sa hammer is to drive nails. Pwede siya pang pull or pang push sa nails. So man siyang answer is letter B, to drive nails. So last number is number 5. Which seafood is classified as a shellfish? So letter A, tuna. B, shrimp. C, tilapia. Or D, bangus. So among the three, unsa asa may mas lahi? So ang shrimp. So why anong shrimp ang answer? Okay, shrimp pangod is kanang just like ay sa i-compare mo siya sa kaning tuna, tilapia, bangus kay sila ang mga fish nga na ay scales or na mga nasa sud ang bukog. So di pa sa shrimp naa sa gawas ang iyang nasa shell sa gawas ba. So wala siya bukog sa sud. So same sa kanang crabs sa pa na mo siya gitaog kanang shellfish kay nasa gawas ang iyang shell. Di sa pare sa kaning mga finfish like ba nasa sud ang bukog ug nasa like scales. So diyan sila pareha. So ang answer is shrimp. So that's all. Thank you.
In continuation of the next presenter. Okay, so the question is, which is an artificial stone that results from mixing cement, sand, and water? So we have the choices in here.
So letter A, concrete. Letter B, mortar. Letter C, grout. Letter D, cement. So the answer for this question is the letter A, or the concrete. Why concrete? Because concrete is an artificial stone, because it is man-made rather. It hardens into strong rock-like material. It is also made by mixing cement, sand, water, and usually gravel or crushed stone. So, and if it's set, it becomes hard, very hard, and durable, just like natural stones. So, unlike the other choices, so the other choices is mortar, grout, and cement. So when we say grout, grout is when we say grout is also made of cement and water, but sometimes with sand. This the role of grout in this particular area is to fill to fill gaps. For example, like the gaps between tiles. So that is the purpose of grout. And and the next choice is the mortar. So when you say mortar, mortar is made of cement, sand, and water, but used to hold bricks together. It doesn't include gravel and doesn't harder like a stone. So, and when we say cement, cement is just a powder or a binding material. So, yeah, so particularly, the answer is letter A, which is the concrete. Okay, so the next question is a hard copy would be prepared on a blank. So we have the choices in here. A, platter. B, printer. Letter C, typewriter. Or letter D, all of the above. So the answer for this question is letter D, all of the above. So of course, when we say hard copy, means a physical printout of information, something we can touch, like paper with writings and images on it. So that is a hard copy. So the correct answer for this question is letter D, all of the above, because each of them can produce a physical document, which is exactly what a hard copy means. So, all of the above. Okay, so let's proceed to number 3. What is the most widely used semiconductor material? Again, what is the most widely used semiconductor material? So, the answer for this is silicon. So, silicon is the most widely used semiconductor materials in the world, especially to those electronics and computer chips. So why silicon? Because silicon has a semiconductor properties, meaning it can act as a conductor and insulator depending on how it is treated. Silicon is abundant in nature, especially or mainly in the sand. So, in summary, silicon is the most common used semiconductor material because of its availability, cost, and excellent electronic properties. Okay, so let's proceed to the next questions. Fruit Fruits and vegetables contain water. Which fruit or vegetables have higher water percentage composition? So again, fruits and vegetables contain water. Which fruit or vegetables have higher water percentage composition? So we have the options in here. Letter A, tomatoes. Letter B, strawberries. Letter C, apples. Letter D, carrots. So the answer for this question is tomatoes. Because tomatoes are made up of about 94 to 95% of water, making them one of the water-rich vegetable, though technically a fruit. Yes, and what it makes different from the other option is that strawberry only have 91% of water. Apples consist of 85 to 86% of water. Carrots consist of 88.89% of water. So basically, tomatoes are has a higher water percentage composition among with these choices among those options. So the answer is the letter A, which is tomatoes. Okay, so let's proceed to the next question. Which cooking ingredients came from dried seeds, roots, fruits, or other vegetative substances which are primary with flavoring, coloring, or preserving? So we have the choices or the options in here. So we have letter A, appetizer, B, spices, letter C, preservatives, and letter D, flavors. So of course the answer for this question is letter B, which is spices. Of course, spices are natural substances from dried seeds, roots, bark, or fruit of plants. They also sometimes we also use this as add flavors, color foods, and sometimes act as preservatives. For example, we have the pepper, the cinnamon, the turmeric, and cloves. So that is the example of these spices.